friends, I'm Tati. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the mid-year book tag. Today I thought I'd do a quick little tag. I love a good tag, so here we go. So basically this is just like a mid-year check-in of how we're doing reading-wise and what are some of the things that I've read. So let's go. First question, best book you've read so far? So for me, that would have to be the Mistborn trilogy. The entire thing, it was fucking phenomenal, the entire thing. And If We Were Villains by ML Rio, that was so good. One, I really appreciated the astronomical amount of Shakespeare that was in there, because as someone who's been studying Shakespeare for years, it was really nice to be able to put my knowledge to some sort of fucking use. So that was nice. As for the Mistborn trilogy, I fucking loved it, the entire thing. I read it super quickly. I also vlogged it, and I just loved the entire thing. The plot, the characters, the atmosphere, everything in it was just freaking phenomenal. So yeah, those are the best books that I've read this year by far. Question 2, the best sequel you've read so far. So I haven't read a lot of sequels because I just haven't, but definitely the best one, it was a reread but it still counts because I read it this year, was The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan. This is the final book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, and by far my favorite sequel of the entire fucking thing. I don't know if this counts as a sequel because it is in the second book, but I'm counting it because this is my channel and I make the rules, so yeah. But anyway, The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan. This is by far my favorite book in the entire Percy Jackson series. It is the best ending to a series, I think. It's just freaking fantastic. The plot is excellent. The characters are awesome. You get the Perkabeth underwater kiss, which is just, you know, they are the blueprint. And this is just fantastic. And also it has a map on the front, which I appreciate. So there's that. That also makes me love this book more. Question 3, a new release that you haven't read yet but want to. The answer is kind of obvious to me, and that is One Last Stop. It is June 12th. It is my birthday, and I have yet to read this book because I'm working on a thing and I'm gonna read it for the thing, but I haven't gotten to it yet, but it's gonna get done soon, very soon, and I'm very excited to read it. So question 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. For me, that would definitely be Dragon Blood Ring by Amparo Ortiz. I read Blaze Wrath Games last year and freaking loved it, and I am so excited to read the sequel to this book, just because A, dragons, and B, I think we're gonna get more Puerto Rico in it, which I'm always excited about, and also the characters were awesome, and just dragons, okay? Dragons. You understand, right? Okay, cool. Question 5, biggest disappointment of the year. That goes undoubtedly to The Martian. This book was so bad. Look, I buddy read this with Skylar. I decided to read it because I have seen the movie The Martian many times. It is a favorite, I could say. Definitely, yeah. It is definitely a favorite, and I really like the movie, so I was hoping to also really like the book, but I was disappointed. Look, in the movie, Mark Watney is actually a likable character. In the book, he is a 13-year-old child, or at least he has the sense of humor of one, and he sometimes behaves like one. And I didn't care that he was stuck in space. I kind of was rooting for him to die in space because I just could not stand him at all. And also, I had problems with the fact that the book was so science heavy that literally half of the book just glossed over my head. I could feel my eyes just turning into the back of my head half of the time when I was reading. And also, I had a problem with the narrative of this book, with the fact that it really doesn't have an ending or resolution or the triumphant moment of getting back to Earth. It really just stops. It really has no ending. It just stops. Andy Weir picked a moment and he just said, this is where I'm gonna stop writing, and that's it. Nothing else. No more character development, no falling action, no true resolution. It's just you get the climax and then you're done, which I didn't quite like at all. This is the few times that I will say the movie was better than the book, and I stand by that. Question 6, biggest surprise. Okay, this comes with a disclaimer. Yes, I am well aware of everything that is happening in the world, but I am not going to pretend that I did not read this book this year, so we're gonna quickly discuss it and then we're gonna move on. The book in question is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. I read this book at the beginning of the year. I was going into it with zero expectations because I, before this book, did not like Nesta in the slightest. But this book changed my mind. This was definitely the biggest surprise of the year. I was not expecting to love this book as much as I did once I finished it. It's a really good story about mental health and healing. It surprised me, and so that is why it is here, and now we're gonna move on from it. Okay, 7, favorite new author, new to you or debut. So for me, that would be Brandon Sanderson. Look, I got into Mistborn this year. I do have to say that I read Warbreaker in December last year, but it was so close to the end of the year that I'm counting it. Brandon Sanderson is one of my new favorite authors. New to me, of course. Like, I don't think I needed to specify that, but I did. It's fine. Let's just move on from it. I really like Brandon Sanderson's work. I think that he writes really good stories and really awesome magical systems. And I am slowly making my way through the Cosmere. I have read the Mistborn trilogy, as I mentioned. I have read Warbreaker twice now, and I have Elantris and Mistborn Era 2 on the way to my home, so I'm very excited about that. And I'm very excited to continue going into the Cosmere and reading his stories. I think he's an excellent story writer, so I'm psyched. I like his writing, and I especially like his characters, and I like that he does a good job of balancing plot and character growth, which not a lot of authors can do well. Some go into writing plot stories and then they just end up writing character stories, but they kind of lose the plot even though they had a plot at the beginning when they started. But I think he does a really good job of balancing character growth, and like his stories are both plot driven and character driven, and also he just slams you with an avalanche of plot in the last 200 or 100 pages, which I appreciate. I really do, because usually the ends of books tend to be kind of slow, just like the beginnings, but he doesn't let you be them slow. No, he's just like, I'm gonna give you so much that you're not gonna be able to handle it by the end, which I like. I really like. So yeah, this is one of my new favorite authors. Question 8, newest fictional crush. I have no answer for you. I really have no answer for you. I can't remember when the last time I crushed on a fictional boy. I like them, but I don't know. It's just, I really don't have an answer for this question. I'm sorry. Question 9, newest favorite character. I have an answer for this, and it is 2 characters, and it is Vin and Elend from Mistborn. I love those 2 so much. They are fantastic characters, both as individuals and as a couple, and I love them so much. And like getting to see their relationship grow through the entire trilogy, and getting to see them grow and like feel these roles that have been made for them, it was just so amazing, and I love them so much. They are my new favorites, and I love them, and I want to protect them at all costs. For the last question, question 10, book that made you cry. I have several answers for this. So first one, and we're gonna do it in chronological order. First one, Hero of Ages. I'm still not over the ending of Hero of Ages, so we need to move on fast before I start actually crying again, because I literally cannot think of that ending without wanting to burst into a ball of tears. So yeah, just Hero of Ages. Next on the list, If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I sobbed at the end of this book, and thinking about it makes me want to cry again. So let's just, yeah, there have been several books this year that have made me cry, and I do not appreciate it. Those 2, fucking ball of tears. And the third one is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I knew how it was gonna end. It's right there on the title, yet bitch got me there still. Like, I was bawling by the end of this book. Really, what is it with me and crying with books? I don't cry at TV shows or movies, but give me a good book and burst like a faucet. Anyway, all those books made me cry. It was the ending of all of those books that made me cry. They were good books. They had ending. That has been my mid-year book freakout tag. I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you for spending this time with me. I've been Tati, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye.